Hey guys, so this video is basically my thoughts on the new Voltron season. If anyone has seen it, you will get why I am a little annoyed about the new season. So basically, my thoughts is about how some of the things that they had going on in the season didn't seem like something they would do. So normally they would have a enemy turn good and then they would stay good and then that would be it. They would just continue going on and it would be fine. It would be happy and then there's some things that I don't get. There's like season 5, Pidge and Matt finally found their dad. They sent their dad off the earth. Thing is that after season 5, you don't see Matt again. You don't see where he is, what he's doing. Supposedly he lived through the battle. So, yes, he's alive. He's still living. And we, for some reason, don't see him after season 5. My other thing is that in season 5, we also find out that supposedly Lotor is a good person. Lotor becomes their ally, gives them as much info as possible, becomes the new emperor, and supposedly they're all good with him becoming the emperor. And you are supposed to be at least half Galra in order to become emperor. My other issue with this is if they wanted a Galra to be the emperor, they could have had Keith do it. They could have had someone from the Blade do it. And yet they really don't have anybody else go through this and fight to become emperor. Also, literally, the third episode for season 6, that I understood, also, for the episode, like episode 3 for season 6, that fully did not make any point to me at all. Like, yes, I get that they need breaks once in a while, but not where their break will take the whole entire episode. The other thing is that I don't get why God, I can't remember which episode this is. The episode where Keith comes back, why didn't he get that Shiro was not his brother? Like, he knows Shiro the best. They are surrogate brothers. They are family. And I still don't get why Keith didn't just go up to Shiro and say, I don't think you're my brother. I think maybe you are probably from the Galra. Maybe you're a clone, something like that. Because if anybody remembers, Shiro doesn't usually yell at people. And the other thing is, nobody told Keith Shiro yelled at Lance, which he never does. So there's like a few things that, you know, some of the characters should have thought about. The only person who actually thought about this being odd is Lance, because he's been kind of arguing with Shiro and saying, we should do this, we should do that. And Shiro would never, in a million years, allow Lotor to be on that throne. Never in a million years would I think that Shiro would say that he trusts Lotor so quickly. Usually he gets advice from the princess, who then then he figures out, you know, what does the team think. He always is for the team, but in season 5 he wasn't for the team. He was basically going, hey, I'm gonna go do this by myself because my team doesn't believe that we should do this. So when he went to actually do this, he went alone. He went with Lotor by himself. So all of this put together, based on Shiro's personality of teamwork only, I don't think I don't feel like it wasn't, like, I think it was pretty obvious that he was not really Shiro, and I think somebody should have said something. However, they obviously did not do that. So for what I'm thinking that something else should have happened in season 6. Still a little ticked about Matt not being in season 6, despite him being alive, being there, and definitely being there when they got their father back. So all of those things together, he did bring the scientists all back to their, you know, all back. They brought them back to their homes. However, he did come back. So for Matt, I wish they had him in season 6. So that is my small rant about how I would have done things. And to be honest, there were a few parts where I almost cried. So when I realized Shiro actually died in the Black Lion, I almost cried there. The other parts where I almost cried was the whole episode where Keith is seeing all of these little memories of his mom and his dad, and then there was that big huge fight between Shiro's clone and Keith. So those are the 3 instances where I almost cried because of how special these instances were. So the part where Keith is seeing his parents, that just made me feel like he understands a little bit more about why his mom was not there. He has more realization about how his mom and his dad met, how his mom and dad ended up having him, and realizing that if not for the Galra, his mom would still be there. Other things is that during that instance, during that flash of memories. Keith, if anybody remembers this, Keith's parents actually found the blue line first. But because it was not calling out to either of them, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't, go in to the line and pilot it. So they had to wait till the right pilot to fly it. Also, currently, the other, so that part made me pretty much cry. And then the end of it, where Keith and Shiro are just fighting, that small realization that even though Shiro was a clone, the power of being siblings is greater than even what Unnerva planned. Because when Keith said, I don't care if you are I don't care if you're a clone or not, you are still my brother, I love you. When Keith said, I love you, and that he was his brother, the clone stopped fighting just for a second. And basically, this shows that, even if he was a clone, he still has emotions that Shiro had. He still has that family love for Keith. He still has that team bonding with his team. I'm going to put that in quotes because he's not really Shiro until they get his essence back from the Black Lion. So, what it seems like is that his essence went into Black, but whatever Unnerva put into his robotic arm took him over once his essence went into the Black Lion. That is what I'm thinking. So when this happens, Shiro, with being powered by his own arm, he goes off without his own essence. In retrospect, he goes off. His Black Lion is found by Keith and the others. They take the Black Lion back to base. And the reason why the Black Lion let Keith in is because Shiro was telling the Black Lion that the only person he will let pilot it is Keith. So, put that all together, I think that is why Shiro was able to come back to life with Allura's power. The only thing I'm ticked about after that is his complete gray hair. He should not have gray hair yet. I know there are a few characters in official animes and cartoons that have gray hair naturally. Shiro is not one of them, therefore he should not have gray hair until he is in his 60s or 70s. But he is one of my top 3 favorite characters that are either human or half human. Reason why I'm saying this is because I also like a lot of the Galra from the Blade. So my top 3 favorites are Pidge, Shiro, and Keith. Just because of their personalities, I guess. I also cosplay as Pidge that reason is because I am pretty much a lot like Pidge, personality-wise and height-wise. So that was my rant. Bye.